Let's talk about a fear you've probably never heard of: Peniaphobia. This is not just a simple concern about finances. It's a deep-seated fear that can consume your thoughts and emotions. It's the intense, irrational fear of being poor, way beyond normal money worries. Imagine feeling a constant, nagging anxiety that no matter what you do, financial ruin is just around the corner. This isn't just hoping you have enough for rent. It's a panic that follows you everywhere, even if your finances are fine. It's like a shadow that never leaves, making you question every purchase, every decision. Peniaphobia turns every financial decision into a crisis, making you feel like disaster is always one step away. Even the smallest financial hiccup can feel like a catastrophe waiting to happen. Most people worry about money sometimes, but this is a phobia, an overwhelming dread that hijacks your mind. It's a relentless fear that can affect your sleep, your relationships, and your overall well-being. Even with a good job and savings, someone with Peniaphobia lives in constant fear of losing everything. The fear doesn't discriminate. It can grip anyone, regardless of their financial status. It's not just a dislike of being broke. It's a life-altering terror that makes poverty feel like a monster lurking around every corner. It's a fear that can isolate you, making you feel alone in your struggle. That's the cruel magic of a phobia. It makes the unlikely feel inevitable. It warps reality, turning what should be a manageable concern into an all-consuming nightmare. So, how do you know if you're just worried about money, or if you might actually be experiencing something deeper, like Peniaphobia, the intense, persistent fear of poverty or financial loss? It's more than just keeping an eye on your budget or feeling uneasy about expenses. It's when your mind is consumed by obsessive thoughts about money, worries that don't go away, no matter how much you try to reassure yourself. You might find yourself checking your bank account over and over, sometimes several times a day, unable to relax until you see the numbers. Even small purchases can trigger overwhelming guilt, making you second-guess every spending decision, no matter how necessary or minor. Physically, this anxiety can show up as panic attacks, headaches, insomnia, and muscle tension. You might find it hard to sleep or feel your heart race just thinking about bills. Avoidance becomes a coping mechanism, dodging calls from bill collectors, skipping social events because you're worried about spending, or even ignoring important mail. Some people start hoarding cash at home or turn down job promotions and new opportunities, not because they don't want to succeed, but because the anxiety feels overwhelming. Others push themselves to work long hours, sacrificing rest and personal time, not out of ambition, but out of a deep-seated fear of not having enough. The need for reassurance is constant. You might ask loved ones for comfort or check your balance for a fleeting sense of relief, but the worry always returns. This isn't just about planning for a rainy day. It's like living in a storm that never seems to end, where every day feels uncertain and overwhelming. If your money worries are taking over your life and making it hard to function, it could be more than just everyday stress. It might be time to seek help. Why does Peniaphobia happen? This fear of poverty or financial insecurity can be deeply rooted and complex. It often starts in childhood. Growing up around money stress or instability can leave deep scars. Witnessing parents argue over bills or feeling the tension of financial strain can imprint lasting anxiety. Traumatic financial losses later in life, like bankruptcy or job loss, can also trigger it. These events can shatter one's sense of security and self-worth, making recovery difficult. Society doesn't help. Everywhere you look, wealth is equated with worth, and poverty with failure. This societal pressure can make financial struggles feel like personal failures. Social media and news amplify the pressure, making financial security feel like a matter of survival. Constant exposure to others' success stories can heighten feelings of inadequacy. Sometimes, it's part of a broader anxiety disorder. Your brain latches onto money as the main threat. This can lead to obsessive thoughts and behaviors centered around finances. For some, there's no single cause. It's a mix of personal history and cultural pressure. Each person's experience with Peniaphobia is unique, shaped by various influences. The result? A fear that feels impossible to shake. It can dominate thoughts and impact daily life, making it hard to find peace. Peniaphobia doesn't just affect your wallet, it invades every part of your life. Everyday choices become stressful, and fun activities are avoided, leading to isolation. At work, fear can drive you to overwork and burnout, or keep you from taking risks that could improve your life. Relationships suffer, money becomes a battleground, and trust erodes. Friendships fade when you always say no or obsess over finances. The irony? In trying to avoid poverty, you end up living a life that feels empty and joyless. You might have money, but you're emotionally bankrupt. The phobia promises safety, but delivers only fear. So, how do you break free from peniaphobia? Start by admitting the fear is real. Talk about it with someone you trust. Get practical. Make a clear financial plan, track your spending, and know your numbers. Consider working with a financial advisor for an objective view. On the mental health side, therapy, especially cognitive behavioral therapy, can help reframe your fears. Mindfulness and relaxation techniques can calm anxiety in the moment. Be patient and kind to yourself. Overcoming deep fears takes time. Remember, understanding and talking about these fears is the first step to taking back your life.